Welcome back, guys. So on Australia Day weekend, we took the Barn Fine 34 Coupe for a massive rod run to the reliability run up in Yakandana, so sort of country Victoria. And when we got back, we realised that we had developed a crack in the mudguard. While it's not a massive deal, because as you can see, it's obviously happened once before, we also lost the guard stay down here. So this sort of bolts from the guard through to under on the chassis. So that's fallen off at some stage, and then it's caused the guard to be able to move again. And we've developed another crack through here. So I'm going to have to fix that and make a new stay. Let's get it fired up and take it down to the workshop, because I have a lovely selection of scrap metal, which I think I'll be able to make the stay out of. And then I've got my TIG down there so I can weld that crack up in the guard. It's probably not the cleanest metal to be welding with a TIG, but we'll be able to get the job done. And hopefully with repairing the stay down here, it won't happen again. And if it does, we'll weld it up again. So let's get it fired up and head down to the workshop. Now that the car's at the workshop, first point of call is getting that brace done, because I don't think I want to weld the guard up and then do the brace because it might move. So essentially we want to get the sort of brace and get the guard sitting where it wants to be. And then after that, I'll tackle welding that up. So the first point of call is finding a bit of scrap that we can use for that. I've got some rod here. It might be a bit thick, but sorry, there's shit everywhere. See what else we got under here. Little scrap section. Nah, fuck it. Oh no, there's rod, there's more rod. I think this is actually my friend Cody's rod, but Cody, if you're watching, thanks for your rod. I'll fix you up, if it is yours. So essentially what we're gonna do is we wanna pick up this bolt, and then I don't know if you can see in here, but pick up this bolt. That's where the old mount went. So literally just like a bit of rod from there to there, just to hold this motion pretty well. All I'm gonna do is I'll probably just weld like some sort of thick washer on each end and cut this to size, and then just bolt that on that bolt and on the other bolt, and then that's it. Yeah, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. I think that's what the other side's got, and it's holding up strong with a bit of sort of bar. The old one on there was actually like a piece of flimsy aluminium. So I'll probably whip this wheel off. I'm just gonna bolt the washers I find onto it, and then I can just sort of cut the size, tack on there, pull it off, weld it. Bob's your uncle. So now we have the wheel off, we can see what we're doing. So we want to go from that bolt to that one. Believe it or not, that is a pre-existing oil leak from a different vehicle that was parked here last night and didn't actually come from this car. So instead of washers, I've actually opted for these little bits of steel plate, just because they're a bit thicker and there's a bit more purchase room to sort of get a tack on or a weld for the rod. So this one I'm going to go bang smack in the middle. This one I've marked it in the middle, but I'm probably just going to go a bit further down just so that one's on the guard. I can just get it a bit further away from the wheel, and then just stop this section sort of protruding the guard line. So I'll get them drilled, get them bolted up, then we can tack the rod in. Oop. Beautiful. All right, so I've got the two plates mounted up, one there and one there. So now I just need to figure out the distance between the chassis and the guard. See how this one's sort of flaring out a little bit, as opposed to this one that sort of runs straight with the running board and the rear guard. So I think it's going to want to be like sort of there-ish. So I just need to get that measurement, cut that rod down, and she's good to go. All right, I've got my bit cut down to size, so I'm just going to try it in now. So just let me know in the comments if it lines up with the running board correctly. And then by the time you can let me know in the comments, it'll be too late because I would have already welded it. But yeah, you get the drill. Whoa, pretty good. Look at that. You know what they always say? Measure once, cut twice. All right, it is now time to lay some cocky shit welds on. So that is what I'm going to do. Don't look while I do this. It's really bad for your eyes. Alright, that's all tacked up. Questionable tacks. So now I'll get in there, clean it up a little bit and give it a full weld. And then we can tackle the guard. Alright, so that is all welded on. Put there, put some paint on there so you can't see how shit the welds are. But yeah, that's fucking stiffer than a honeymooner's cock. It's not going anywhere. So now we tackle this section. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to wreck a little bit more of the paint, which is very unfortunate, but the crack comes up to about here. So I'm just gonna have to give that a clean it right up for the TIG. But also this has opened right up since that has come in. So now I'm gonna have to do a bit of Furniture Gully gap welding to get that gap closed, and then we should be hot to trot. All right, so I'm just gonna use sort of this wire wheel just to hack out the paint there. If you're using these, your best option is to always wear goggles. I actually can't find one. I had them before, but I can't find them, so I'm just gonna go with the squint. If you've watched the channel before, you know that it's a pretty effective method. So we just sort of So as you can see, I've cleaned it right up. I don't want to go too nuts because, yeah, even though the paint's not the best, I don't really just want to go, just fucking going willy-nilly. So just done the bare minimum, cleaned it right up there. I've given it a bit of hit on the inside. Now I'm just going to very slowly just weld down here. You generally want it to be pretty clean when you're working with TIG. So we'll see how we go. Hopefully it doesn't give me too many dramas. All right, so I'm gonna give it a crack at welding. I am just gonna go low and slow here, so hopefully it doesn't show me any resistance. I'm gonna start at the bottom just so I can sort of tie it in, just because, I don't know, that's how I wanna do it. So that was blowing away quite quick. So I had to literally feed the wire in, and that was on like a very low setting. So I'll go even lower again and see if that helps. But she was like, as quick as I could feed that in, it was just taken off. So I'll turn the TIG down a touch. So that was on an even lower setting. That's only on about 30 amps. So it is doing the job. It's not going to produce like the neatest weld ever getting around, but like have a look at it. I just kind of want it to stop the crack, and just, that's about it really. Be functional. All right, we found some more cracks here. Being a scratch start TIG's actually a fucking real pain in the ass, but I'm getting there. All right, I've finished it up, but I went full bad chat on this one. She ain't pretty, but she's functional. It just kept blowing away and kept blowing away and kept blowing away. So I've ended up, it's got a little bit of welding rod in there, put it that way. So as you can see, so I had one crack. The crack went up there and then it blew out this way. Actually blew out more up this way again. So I had to weld down there, and then this middle section just absolutely took off. So, but she's all welded up. Hopefully, like realistically, if it does it again, I'm probably just gonna have to put like a patch. Yeah, I'll probably go like that maybe, and just sort of get rid of this whole section. But the wire's still actually held, funnily enough, because of the wide edge in here. But now that it's held down here with the new mount, you'd hope maybe it's not gonna crack again. The wheel is back on, it's all welded up, it's got the new support, and it lives to fight another day. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you could like and subscribe, that would be shit hot. And tomorrow, me and my buddy are heading out in the bush to look for a couple of deserted cars as well. So hopefully next week that video will be coming out. See you in the next one. Yeehaw!